I decided to make a video, maybe around 10 minutes, for folks who are quarantined and they don't have any way of really training on their own. And so I thought my contribution to this new normal that we're in was basically to show you guys some simple exercises that you can do at home without any equipment at all, just whatever is around you. And so because even for myself, I think part of me staying fit and in shape was, walking and trying to get from one client to the other on a daily basis. And I realized that, oh my gosh, I am not doing as much walking as I used to do. And I realized that when I thought, I was like, okay, I'm doing a little biking indoors and I should be keeping my weight to normal, my normal weight. But somehow I realized that it's not happening. I need to do extra. I need to do something more to substitute the fact that I am not walking as much as I would on a daily basis. So today I will do some simple little, as I said, exercises that anyone can basically do. Now, if you have knee problems or shoulder problems or back problems, you have to be a little careful in some of the exercises. I'm one of those trainers that believe that if you feel pain and you're doing an exercise, you should stop. I really don't believe the myth or the theory that people are saying that no pain, no gain. I believe if you feel pain in your body, you're saying, hey, something is not right, and so stop the exercise. And it's the same with what I'm going to, some of the exercises that I'm going to show you today. If you feel pain, I want you to stop immediately and maybe wait to do another exercise that you're capable of doing without any pain. So without further ado, I will start with some simple stretches, okay? So make sure your feet are planted on the ground, your core is nice and tight, and you're going to inhale nice and tall, and then you're going to exhale down. Again, inhale, in, nice, exhale down. And so on your own, you can do each exercise that I'm giving you for about 10 times, okay, and about 3 sets. Because of time, I will not go through 3 sets of 10s with you. So you can do that on your own, okay? Each exercise I give you, you can basically do it on your own, okay? So let's go. From here, I'm just going to have you stretch to the side. You're going to reach over to the side. Both heels are still planted to the ground. And then you're going to come up nice. Okay, so you'll feel a stretch in what we call the QL muscle. And so you just want to reach over, pushing your hips to the opposite side or pushing your hips away from the middle of the body. And so good. So with this again, if each exercise, you can do it for about 10 times. I would just do it for about maybe 4 while I'm with you. But again, on your own, make sure you can do it for about 4 times. You can always pause the video while you do your sets. Okay, excellent. And from there, what we want to do is some nice, just take those hands back, right? So pretend you're swimming, some back strokes. Yeah, I think what I'll do it about 6 times with you all. Each core is always nice and tight, right? And you want to plant your feet into the ground, your heels. And make sure you're 50-50. You're not like 70 planted and 30 planted on one side. You want to be like equal on both sides, okay? And from that, we're going to do both of them together. Just take it back. Again, I always stress core should be nice and tight. That means your navel is pressing into your spine. Think of someone is about to kind of punch you in your stomach. I don't like to use that, but it's one of the best examples. And then when you kind of clench your stomach, that's kind of when we get a core nice and tight. So again, you want to just do some really reverse those that we're going back, now we're going forward. And again, I'll do about 6 with you guys, but then you want to do about 12. Okay, so after this, we're going to do some nice up, roll those shoulders up and over. Most of the time we sleep and we get up, we feel a lot of stress in the shoulders, your scapula, your neck. So these are some of the things that can relieve that. And now we're going to go forward. Inhaling, exhaling, core tight. Excellent. So after this, we're going to do, I'm going to turn so you can see better. I'm going to extend that back heel, the front heel is down, and then I'm going to lift my hands forward, and I just want to push my knee so we kind of get a nice lean forward, and you want to really push the calves down, right? So you can feel the stretch in the calves and in the front heel as you push forward. If you feel any back issues, or if you feel your back bothering you, you just want to come out that stretch and don't go as far back. And so from this lean, we just want to go back. Breathe into it, extend the hands. And we're going to switch the leg. Same thing on the other side. Extend that back heel, nice straight spine, lengthen the arms, push that knee forward, and lean back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly come on down. So again, those are some nice little stretches you can get to relieve the body from any kind of tension that has been created with us being home. And now I just want to go to the side, lean, 1, lean again, stretch it. For some of you, if you want, you can actually lift the hands up. The stretch becomes a little more intense. For others, if you don't want such big stretch, you just want to go through like this, okay? And reach, it feels so good. For those of you who have been sitting for a little while, you know, those of us who are getting our Netflix in, we may want to lie on the bed and watch the movie. Tends to get a little stress in what we call the sacral muscles and your sitting bones, so you want to keep that strong. Okay. So after this one now, we want to now get into some cardio. So simple cardio is you can just lift the knees up, right? The knees are going up. Again, you can do that 12 times, right? And from this simple, again, if you have any issues with back or your knees are bothering you, you don't have to do that exercise, this exercise. And so we just want to go now for twice. So you're going to double it up, right? You're going to double it up from single knees to double. And those of you who want to go higher, you can basically do a hop with it. So it's going to be 1, 2, 1, 2. Again, if you have back problems, knee problems, this might be a little too much for you. So you want to go back to the simple 1, 2, 1, 2, and release. So from that one, we just want to do some butt kicks. So I'll turn to the side so you can see my butt kicks. Again, you can always stop the video and do this 3 times 12 and 12, 12. So you're going to do 12 kicks 3 times. And for those of you who have back problems, again, the low impact is like this. Okay, so from that exercise, we just want to go to the side. The advanced version of this would be 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be the advanced version, okay? Keep the body tall. If you don't want to do that, just like this. Single leg. Again, this is for some cardio to keep those calories burning, okay? So again, you'll do about 12 of these, and you do 3 sets of 12. Okay, from there, simple squats. You want to push the butt back, and then you want to come on up. Again, your core always stays nice and tight. Try to push your butt as far back from the center as possible. That way, you want to protect your knees. And I'm just going to turn so you can see how that looks. You're going to push the butt back. Notice my back stays nice and flat, okay? Again, you want to do about 3 sets of 12s of these. And take it down. Excellent. And now we want to do what we call some leg circles. 1. Lift the knee up as high and extend it back. And so the standing leg, you're really pushing that heel down in the leg that you're standing on. Again, you do 3 sets of 12 with this. I'm going to switch again for the purposes of my video, not going to go very long. I think this is only goes for about 10 minutes or so. So you can do longer on your own. I do 12 of these and take it down. Excellent. We want to go up on the toes, nice and tall. Want to stretch the calf muscle. Again, keep the core tight. And I'll show you from the side how that looks. So it's up and down and up and down. For those of you who are going to do the cardio part of this, I want you to make sure you have sneakers on. It gives you cushion so that it doesn't mess with your back. Okay, and so now I'm just going to stand on one leg. And as I stand on one leg, this is a holistic exercise for the leg. You just want to bring the knee up 12 times and try to bring it a little higher than your hips. Okay, it looks like this from the side. The standing leg is nice and anchored into the ground. Good, and you'll feel the standing leg gets the work and the leg that's going up gets the work. So you're going to switch and we're going to go to the other leg again. Plant the standing heel into that ground and lift this knee as high as you can and back down. You're not touching the ground. For those of you who would have problems with balance, you probably need to come up and then you can go back down. So you're going to go up and down. For those of you who could really do this without falling, you could definitely keep that leg up and take a break down. So that is, we get some leg exercise there. We had some stretches. Now we definitely want to have some strength. So for those of you who have a wall in your nearby, you want to be able to go against the wall. Your legs will be shoulder width apart, and all you want to do, and also your arms, and a little low, just above the chest. The hands are placed on the wall. You want to just drop the chest down and really push. You want all your weight to go forward, and then you push yourself up. Make sure your heels stay planted on the ground, and you're going to push up. So again, 3 sets of 12s. If anything hurts, you want to stop the exercise. So again, you would have done 3 sets of 12. So that basically works your shoulder, it works your chest, you have core work in that, and that is going to be good. And so now what we want to do is you're going to go down on the ground, right? And we're going to try to get some leg work in and also some abdominal work. I'll just take 1 second here to just get back up my video. I think it, yes, sorry for that. So we are going to go down on the ground. We're going to do some leg work and some core work, okay? So for leg, you want to lie on your elbows, you want to extend the heel, and you want to lift. You do not want to lift higher than the opposite knee. You want to make sure, again, if you notice my feet, it's flex, it's in flexion. We don't want to point, we want to flex it. And I always say, try to push that heel as far away from you as possible. So I pretend that I am touching the wall, and that way you would get a contraction in your quads. Okay, so again, you want to do 12 of these, and then you want to switch, right? So we do the same thing on the other side. You're going to extend, we're going to do 12. As I said, I'm not going to go through all of this with you, just for time's sake. So again, you push in through the heel, you do a total of 12. And I always said, hold the last one. So if this was 12, you want to hold it and count for about 10, right? It's nice and flexed. You feel the quads as it burn, and take it down. From here, we want to go into some hamstrings. So you're going to lie flat, and what you want to do, you want to take that hip up and then put it back down. So it's up, squeeze the glutes as you go up there. You're going to do 12 of those, and after those, what you do for a challenge, you're going to take one leg up and you're going to push. So we are working with one leg now, pushing the hips up, making sure the shoulder stays nicely on the ground, and 12. So we do 12, pretend we do 12, and then we're going to do 12 on the other side. You push up, nice, And again, you always want to hold that last one. So if this was the last one, you're going to hold and you're going to take it down, okay? From there, we're going to turn on the side and we're going to do some leg lifts like this. This way, you want to work your piriformis, you want to get into the glutes. And again, for those of you who are sitting most of the day now that you're quarantined home and you're working from home, you want to really try to get these muscles stretched and a little stronger, right? More into that sacrum area, the piriformis. You want to lift. Again, on your own, you're going to lift for 12. And the second set for this, you're going to extend the leg out and we want to just lift it like this. Make sure as you take it out, it is in line with the hip. We don't want it back, right? We want it in line with the hip and you're going to lift with this. You lift 12 times. For those of you, when it gets if it's too tough for you, you can always drop to the ground and lift again. For those of you for the advanced, you don't have to go back to the ground. And again, you want to flex the leg as it goes up. Again, a total of 12. So you do 12 each, right? You want to do this first for 12, and then you want to do this one for 12. And you do both sides. From there, we're going to come up. We're going to go and do some abdominal work now, okay? And so we do some simple abs. For those of you who have a block home, you could always put the block behind. If you have a towel, you could put it behind your neck and kind of use the towel to get up into your crunch. So it's a simple thing. You want to just come up. Make sure your lower back is pressing into the ground as you're doing your crunches. So we can do 3 sets of 12 if you want. Again, if you feel your neck bothering you, you could always kind of put a towel behind and hold the towel as you come up with that towel. And from there, we are going to just bring one knee into one side and switch the other side. So we alternated from left to right. Again, do that for about 12 times. And from there, for those of you who can take your feet all the way up, you can do some reverse crunches. For those of you, if this is a little too much, you can bend the knees and basically lift it up also. Okay? Again, you want to do 12 of those. Another one that I like, one of my favorite abdominal work to do, is I take one hand, I push my knee away from me, I hold my head, and I count for 20 seconds. So I am pushing my navel down to the ground, I am pushing my thigh away from me, and I'm holding and I'm counting 12. Really pushing that leg. And then I do the same thing on the other side. You know, you hold, you push, lower back on the ground, pushing that navel into the ground, and you really push and hold for 20 seconds. Some of you, if you want, you could hold for 30 seconds. But again, be mindful of your neck. Make sure your neck, your head, you're not pulling on your head. You're basically just pushing that leg. And again, hold for 12. The last set of abdominal work I would do with you is planks. Again, if you have any back problems, shoulder problems, I will now let you do the plank. Or you can do a plank. You don't have to always do the advanced plank. I'll do 2. For those of you who have shoulder issues, you basically probably just want to do this so your shoulder is not really pushing too much into the ground. And you can kind of lift the knee up. But for those of you who don't have any issues with your shoulders, you get into your plank, really extend the body, and you want to lift the leg one at a time for a total of 12, okay? Again, I am not going to do all at the moment for time, so that's one set of plank you're going to do. The second plank you're going to do looks like this. As you lift up, you're going to just drop the knees down and then up. Make sure that neck is nice and straight. You're pushing the elbows into the ground, and we're going to do 12. You're going to drop the knee to the ground and lift back up. Drop the knee to the ground, lift back up. That's the second set of plank. The third set of plank I'm going to do with you looks like this. You're going to again come up into your plank. Make sure when your elbows are on the ground, it's about just 6 inches away from each other. So it's down, you push that heel away from you. And we're just going to drop the hip from one side to the other. Make sure the back is stable. So you're just dropping from side to side, side to side. And again, that's a total of 12. And, you know, it depends on you. You might be stronger. You may say, oh, I would do 20. And that's up to you. But for those of, you know, who, you know, it's a little too much for them, you can definitely just do 5, 6. No one has no rule as to how much you should do. You know your body better than any trainer. And so you just listen to your body. Your body is the best indicator that something is wrong. Again, I do not believe no pain, no gain. So you should not be going through pain. I'm like, my gosh, I didn't feel. You know, I have some clients who, no, they not a lot of them, and especially when I first started with some certain clients, they were like, oh, I don't feel anything. I'm like, it's not about feeling. It's about trying to hit those muscles that need strengthening, need repairing, and you getting stronger. And it's not always where you have to feel pain. Yes, maybe, you know, if I give you a good HIIT workout, you'll feel something in 48 hours. But you don't have to feel pain when you're doing your exercises. And so I definitely don't believe in that. So I pray that, you know, my little contribution to the exercise world helps you in some way, some form. And, you know, if you have a question for me, you could always leave it in a comment or something. But I want you to stay safe. I want you to know that what you're feeling today is not going to last forever. What we are going through is not going to last forever. There are things that we thought would have never ended in our lives, and it ended, right? This too shall pass. And so try to stay strong, try to stay healthy. I know it's very tempting to, while you're home, to eat a lot of junk. That is not going to assist our brain. It's not going to assist us, you know, mentally to feel better about what's happening, right? It's going to make us feel a little worse. It's going to let us crash when we eat a lot of junk. And so try to eat healthy things that's going to make your brain work better. That's going to not make you stress. And, you know, if we can get vegetables, eat your vegetables. And also, you know, reach out to someone, reach out to people, you know, call on the phone, FaceTime, do something that I just want you to know that you cannot give up hope. Hope is the one thing we have that gives us some kind of, you know, again, hope, right? Hope gives us hope. And so I know that this is going to end and we all are going to look back. But in the meantime, let's do, you know, things of self-healing, you know, call someone and say, hey, I forgive you for what you did to me, or ask for someone to forgive you. This thing can turn out to be a blessing instead of a curse. I mean, right now we think of what's happening with the earth, right? Pollution has gone down. I mean, the city is cleaner. So in everything that seems to be so bad could end up being really, really good. So I pray for you, I pray for your family, and I know that pretty soon, well, I hope sooner than later, everything would get back to normal. But in the meantime, let's try to find some good in our new normality. God bless and goodbye.